From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
You're watching All-Star 15 TV. To bring you all the action from Derby, Connecticut, here is AJ Capola.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Richmond, Virginia for the Extreme Forces Racing League, their ARCA division. We have just started qualifying, but before we go too far, in the booth with me once again, it is TJ Barnier. How you doing, pal? How's everything going?
Everything is great. I cannot wait for some good short track racing. Hope to see some fenders ruffled, but not too crumpled.
Well, before we get started tonight, I do want to bring up the race info for the evening. It is a hot day out there, 82 degrees with a 56% dew point. Having clear skies, so it's going to be very slick. Track length is 0.72 miles with the track temperature, TJ. We're looking at 106 degrees. They're going to be slipping and sliding all over the place tonight.
Yeah, I've seen that in practice, and I'm still seeing it here in qualifying. These guys are just trying to find grip anywhere, any way they can.
Well, before we get going, Dean Qualley, who is the owner of this league, shot me a message today. Well, the sponsor of today's race, it is Cheerleaders Barber Lounge. It's a hairdressing shop out in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. I've heard great service. I've seen a lot of reviews on Google. Adults can get a cold one while getting their hair cut. They have great prices. Kids are more than welcome. They have a mini golf course while the parents are getting their hair cut. The kids can go have a little fun. A lot of sports memorabilia on the walls everywhere around the place. Multiple TV screens of just sports all over the time. I need one of those near me because as a person who rarely ever goes out and gets their hair cut, if it was a place I very much enjoyed, I'd probably go there a lot. And they are out in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. Give them a hell of a shout out. Tell them that you heard it from All-Star 15 TV from AJ and TJ. But hey, thank you Kyle and Gina for sponsoring today's race. Hopefully you guys stick around. Hopefully you guys are watching. But we'll say that a couple times throughout the race tonight. But Zachary Thornton, Josh Fox, and Will Cloud 1, 2, 3 in qualifying. TJ, you have raced Richmond Raceway plenty of times, whether it's in iRacing or on one of the console games. What is difficult about getting around this track?
Where do you start? Which turn would you like me to start in? This
Yes.
place is tough. I mean, I've seen the groove move too. I mean, usually you want to fight for the bottom here, but you can make the top work if you're trying to make a pass. It's all probably with the heat, you're going to be fighting for the bottom, and then pit road, trying to get to pit road. That in itself can be a fight because it's right there and you come right off of speed.
You could easily spin out and everything. But I do want to bring something up here, TJ. I remember very clearly about 3 or 4 drivers, not naming any names, that they were coming to pit road and killing that pit wall.
Oh, it's been done. I've been
Hey, I'm not throwing you under the bus. I'm just throwing Dave under the bus. Ooh.
Oh, I've been hooked on it. I've been hooked on it. Not actually like the barrel part, but like just past it and got like stuck on the interchange of the banking, which you think there's banking here, but apparently there was.
Well, before we get to gridding, here are the points in the bottom right hand of your screen. Josh Fox at 246, only a 10-point lead over the driver of the number 24, Farron Elam, at a 236. Devin Smith at a 227. Zachary Thornton at a 222. Brandon Richardson at a 216. Alan Warnicki at a 209. Lee Krause at a 203. Hey, that's where I'm from, 203. 8th place goes to Brady Floyd in that standings. This is as of last week's race. So going into Richmond tonight, Brady Floyd at a 198. 9th is Diney Bartlett at a 196. And Dylan Dunford at a 194, as you see everybody gritting on track in front of you. All right, TJ. Race hasn't started yet. Who you picking? We did this last week, and I think we're 1-1.
His third time a charm for Zach Thornton. He's been second, or running second, right there. I feel like he's got to get it done. He seems to have speed. I don't want to jinx him, but I'm gonna jinx him. I'm picking him.
Oh boy. Well, hopefully sooner or later he does get the monkey off his back, finds that golden horseshoe, and ends up winning a race. What's going on, Mama Ellingson? We're actually going to show the grid right now because they should be getting 2 laps since it's under a mile. So, Zachary Thornton and Josh Fox, your front row. Will Cloud, Alan Warnicky, your second row. Row 3, William George, Farron Elam. Row 4, Brady Floyd and Devin Smith. And row 5, Kyle Lingerfeld and Donnie Bartlett. Row 6, it is Lee Kraus and Travis Lapenas. Row number 7, it is Daniel Stragner and Matthew Setzer. 15th spot goes to Dylan Dunford. Josh Bartlett going to start in the 16th position. David Sandfield 17th to Tyler Aspinall's 18th position. 19th goes to Mick Olofsson. Jake Ellingson goes 20th. Michael Steele 21st. Jackson Qualley 22nd. Tony Richardson 23rd. And Brandon Goff 24th. All right, here we go. We are moving on the racetrack. Come on, everybody. Let's hear your picks.
I'm a little surprised, AJ. Number 5, Point Man, not logging a qualifying lap.
Interesting.
Starting way out back. 23rd for the Brandon Richardson. Otherwise, the other top members of the top 5 are all right there. 6th or better, I do believe. 8th or better. Devin Smith was just outside.
All right. It looks like Bradley Stefane, his internet is out, so he's rooting for Lee Kraus and Tyler Ass in the wall. I should have saw that one coming. So playing the role of spectator tonight, it is Bradley Stefane. Mama Ellingson also says Pagan, is it? Pagan's in the house? Hold on. If Pagan's in the house, where is it? Where is Jake? There's Jake. Hey Pagan, does that car look familiar by any chance? I'm just curious here. But we're about to go green. Well, TJ, you ready, pal?
Oh, I can't wait.
All right.
There they go.
And away we go. As they go into turn number 1, looks like Zachary Thornton. That outside lane did not go into turn 1 and 2. And it looks like we already have a couple cars in the wall.
Still stacking up back there.
That 19 of Josh Fox looked to tap the wall coming out of turn 2, and he is stuck on that outside. For starting in second, he's already back to 8th place.
Yeah, he kind of dropped like a rock there. I do believe the bottom lane appreciates it, though.
See what you did there. Very clever. All right, but out front, 2 laps complete. Zachary Thornton with almost a half a second lead already. Our first 3 vehicles are slowly pulling away.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how much of a lead he gets right here. I'm curious to see how far the tires go. Usually we get into that. I don't know if you have your handy dandy notepad with you, and
Well, the fuel, with it still being 50% of fuel, on 100% you can go, I think, 110 laps.
So you're looking around 55
But that's just for fuel.
fuel.
It's a hot summer day out. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
hot Virginia day out. So you might really burn that right front up a lot just because of the braking in turn 1 and turn 3 and then turning off of that right front.
And we saw the tire fade last week come into play.
Yeah, we did.
That bit Zach Thornton in the late stages. So hopefully it don't happen to him again here, but
So
never know.
we were talking about him within the first 2 laps. Now that we've passed lap 5, that number 19 of Josh Fox, points leader Josh Fox, all the way back in 18th position after starting in that second spot.
Wow. That is just tough.
That is very tough. I've seen the outside bite a lot of people, but that's usually Martinsville. Was not expecting it at Richmond because we've seen it in the past where Richmond, you can get a nice run off that high side coming out of turn 2, and him really kissing that wall, killing that momentum, really set him up for the next, I guess, three or 4 laps where he lost all these positions.
I just flashed back to him too. He's got guys beating and banging in front of him, so he's got to keep careful there as well.
Yeah, that's Josh Bartlett and Tyler Aspinall, which, thanks, Bradley. Won't say that again. But Pagan, happy you're watching. If you feel like taking the phone or chatting via the message on the TV if you're watching it, if you can, how's your racing going? I heard you made a couple trips. We'll actually flash up to Jake Ellingson, who is already in that 13th position, up 7 spots, doing really well as he's trying to track down Travis Lapenas.
Last week's winner came on late, strong there on a long run. Yellow came when it did and just never looked back.
Sometimes you just need good fortune. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right?
Oh, been there, done that, live by it.
Hey, happened to Chase Elliott last night.
You ain't kidding. I don't know. That got into the dark last night, and that kid's car came to life. I think if it had been in the daytime, he wouldn't have had such good fortune. But good for him. I just wish NASCAR knew how to throw a yellow consistently.
Right? Well, I think sooner or later...
Racing, right?
I don't even know if that's true. But up front is Zachary Thornton, Will Cloud, and Alan Warnicki, your top 3, followed by William George and Brady Floyd rounding out your top 5. So it looks like Daniel Stragner having an issue. Looks like we will stay green. But let's check on that Daniel Stragner machine. It says he is crashed. He's the number 2 Spotify machine. And he's in 1 and 2.
He's got a guy behind him.
Oh, there he goes. Ooh, he's just going to kiss that inside wall. Little left front damage. But other than that, you know, he backs it out of the wall and then continues. No real heavy damage there as we stay green and put lap 13 on board.
Looks like we got a couple that didn't make the start, possibly.
Looked like Dwayne Kernahan and Frank Hughes did not jump on the track for gridding and have not turned a lap yet.
I was just trying to click to the back and see how close the leaders were to
Holy
lap
cow,
trap.
we got a plethora of cars from Lee Krause all the way back to, it looks like, Matthew Setzer. Tim Hortons coffee.
Yeah, a little gaggle of cars there.
Hey, I don't know what you'd call them, like a troop of cars or a cluster
A
of
gaggle.
cars.
I don't have the Google definition for a gaggle, but it's
Ellingson.
oh, good save, man. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Well,
That's sideways.
I would gladly take losing a couple spots and not wrecking the vehicle, so there's that.
That was
Ellingson and Bartlett get into it in turns 3 and 4. Great save by Donnie Bartlett in that 21, who we're kind of focusing on right there. But he is getting passed right now by that number 3 of Matthew Setzer, stuck on that outside.
pulled up the old Google for your gaggle.
What
A flock of geese or disorderly or noisy group of people. Well, they're driving race cars, so they're noisy and disorderly.
Oh, watching this battle right here for this 12th position. Well, it looks like we might just go 3 wide. That might be very interesting.
10 off the pace. Cloud of smoke. He's headed for pit road as the leader has caught his first lap traffic car.
The 10 of Richard Groff in the Whataburger car. Looks like there's a lot of damage on that right side. That's a no bueno. But your biggest mover of the race right now, it is that number 27 of Jake Ellingson running that Clementine car.
Looks like up 10.
He is up 10. And Josh Fox, minus 14, sitting in that 16th spot after starting second tonight.
I'm sure he's going to be looking for some sort of an adjustment or tires or something to rebound here.
A lot of it, I think, had to do with being on that outside and clipping the wall out of 2. But now he's stuck on that outside again with Michael Steele now trying to make that pass. And speaking of Michael Steele, how you doing, Marcy? How are you? I see you up there.
I got to wonder if he didn't get a little bit of damage. I mean, it might not show, but...
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on the side of the car, but I also wouldn't be surprised with how it looks like it's handling. But 24 laps in, Zachary Thornton, your race leader, with just about a 2-second lead over Will Cloud.
It looks like we may have lost the 10 car for the evening.
Oh, noes. Looks like Tony Richardson is also on pit road as well.
He has manually disconnected.
Oh, well, he's not on pit road anymore. Third place right now, it is that 72 Liquid Death Machine for the time being, but here comes William George in that 6th, putting a lot of pressure on that 72. This is the battle for third. Look at that patriotic scream. Hell, I think we are off next week, which, let me check, we are off next week for Independence Day, so it looks like some of the guys are actually running some red, white, and blue schemes right now. So actually, let's take a look at that TJ George Esports Co. A lot of stars and stripes on that Ford Fusion. You got the American flag and the Canadian flag.
Canadian.
Hey, this is what we do. You and I have fun, and we talk about the race we have on screen.
I didn't say a word.
You're just laughing at it.
I promise.
But
I'm
look at the
laughing with you,
difference.
not at you.
There's Thornton, here's Cloud and Gang as they dive off into turn number 1 and 2. Will Cloud is backed up just a little bit. Now it's Cloud, Warnicki, and George under a blanket. But here comes the number 20 of Brady Floyd as he's trying to get by the 31 of David Sandfield.
72 up under the 48.
Definitely wanted to try and make the move.
Fades back there. Looking to try to find him a run.
Man, these cars are really kicking out sideways as they're entering turn 3. I don't see it a lot in turn 1, But in turn 3, it is very much kicking a little sideways. 72 going to try a lane up. Looking for a run down the backstretch. Here it is. Warnicki to the inside.
Can he make it stick, though? And he's not going to have the drive off.
He is not going to have the drive off. He could have came up a little bit further.
Bumper clear.
I see what you did there. Very clever. Somebody hashtag Dale Jr. But this is a heck of a battle for this second position. As all this is happening, though, Zachary Thornton has opened that lead to just over 3 seconds.
Now, I've always wondered, if you're the position of the 6 car, do you press the 72 to try to get by him, or do you just wait your turn and... I mean, all the while, you know the leader's getting away.
Good point. Good point, because it looks like the 72 is 100% pushing, but that 48 is being very, very, defensive?
Smooth. Very smooth.
Yeah, but look at the lines he's taking outside of right there, because he just arced it perfectly.
He's about to have to pick one to block, because they're both on him now. Almost as if had foretold it. The 6 trying to find his way around the 72. Might get it done on that outside. I think he's gonna clear him here. See, no, not doing that. He won't.
William George hard into the wall there. Would not be surprised if there's a lot of right side damage.
I can tell you from experience, though, these cars will take a hit and keep going.
Oh, they will, but there is some visual damage there.
Last Thursday night, ran these ARCA cars at Daytona, and I brushed the wall once or twice, and didn't... Whoa, the 72 loose in front of the 6. Didn't impede the car too much.
We're on the 72, and we saw that happen, TJ. We are on board gyro cam with that 72. And I'm like, why are we looking at the inside wall? Oh, boy.
That's never a good feeling.
No, it is not.
Zach has just opened up a tremendous lead here. 3.5 seconds. But it can all be erased with an untimely yellow.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Fastest lap of the race actually goes to...
Leader actually almost just got into the back of the 39 of John Bartlett there. Well, that could have been catastrophic.
That wouldn't be good. Fastest lap of the race actually is tied between 2 drivers. Leader Zachary Thornton and also 6th place driver Brady Floyd.
There you go.
But look at the difference. There's a little bit of separation between Will Cloud in 2nd and William George in 3rd, but still watching this battle for this 3rd position between George and Warnicki. Definitely putting on a show here, looking through the field to see if we could find another battle brewing, but... let's actually go back to that 12th place. Matthew Setzer, Travis Lepanis.
Does look like Tony Richardson had himself a problem. He's 14 laps down. Still on pit road, I'm assuming receiving repairs.
Probably, with no fast repairs.
Yeah, I haven't got word that he's manually disconnected over on my screen, so...
Lepanis with a very good run coming out of turn number 4, looking to put the pressure on that 3 car. Here it comes. Tyler Aspinall, too. Actually bringing the whole cavalry.
Yeah. Got a good little group of cars here all running together.
For everybody watching the race right now, looks like we got 16 people. Wow, 16 people watching. What is up, YouTube?
I didn't even share the links yet. You forgetting me. Me forgetting me.
Well, you're about to do that now, because I know your father watches.
Yeah, Dad usually checks out a good bit of it and before he gets old man bored.
Since we're in like a little little bit of a green flag run here. Want to plug our wonderful sponsor of today's race once again, Cheerleaders Barber Lounge in Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. Need a haircut? Like sports? Want a beer? Yes, I just said all that. Go check them out. A lot of sports memorabilia. You go watch sports while you're getting a haircut, have a nice cold beer, soda, whatever you would like to drink. It says cold one. Bring the kids. There's mini golf. There's a lot of stuff for them to do while you are getting pampered yourself. Because just because you're a dude or just because you like sports, you could be a man, woman. Yes. Go. Check it out. If you're in the area, take a little drive. I'm actually kind of curious about it. But hey, huge shout out to Kyle and Gina for sponsoring today's race for the Extreme Forces Racing League and their ARCA division. I know I backed us out of the real hectic running so you could hear me better. But as TJ's sharing out the links, which he's usually done about a half hour ago, you know, looks like we do have a driver on pit road, and that's the 20 of Brady Floyd.
He was running quick.
He was, and he's taking everything. Maybe this is a strategy call to maybe pit a little early, because I think you can make it to the end from here. So with that being said, unfortunately, by pitting during green flag stops, you are giving up about two laps. But a 5-second gap between Thornton and Cloud for positions 1 and 2. Here comes Zachary Thornton. What does Luigi say in cars? Pit stop.
Yeah. He's last couple weeks he's stayed out kind of longer than everybody, and it's kind of bit him, so he's in early here. Or, well, I mean, we were thinking 55. It's not really that early. They're on 48. But stay ahead of everybody on tires. Get in early.
Here comes Will Cloud as well. Looks like we're getting maybe 1 or 2 drivers a lap. TJ, how would you play this? Would you want to pit early? Or would you, for the most part, want to stick with everybody so everybody's on the same page?
Well, if I was in Zach Thornton's shoes, I'd definitely pit her. I'd pit, stay early, but I'd pit in my window. And I'd want to keep ahead of everybody on tires for the most part. I mean, you already built out that lead. Unless you're really worried about someone stretching the race on fuel or something like that, no real reason not to come get those fresh tires, because what you can lose far outweighs what you will gain by staying out.
Well, let's put it this way. Last lap for Alan Warnicki, who is your race leader right now, a 23.74. Well, almost a second faster is Zachary Thornton. Granted, he is stuck in some of, rush hour traffic as he bounces off to 65, trying to save it, going into turn number 3, and does a huge, great job from saving that vehicle after getting together with that 65 Raging Cajun machine.
And that's about the only thing you don't want him to do. And now behind him, I don't know, but I think this is going to be disastrous. That brings out a yellow. That's the one downside to this.
What ended up happening? I didn't see it.
The Raging Cajun machine got real loose. I don't know if he contacted the inside wall.
Well, he's on pit road, so we are going to stay green.
But they were very, very tight into 1 and 2, and let's just say Thornton drove off and the other driver didn't. But he was ahead of him, so I don't really know.
Now, if everything works the way TJ and I think it should, that number 35 should be your leader. But Zachary Thornton dealing with a lot of traffic.
I mean, yeah, you come in early, you get those tires, but then you're back in the hornet's nest, too.
And we've seen how that bites people.
And I mean, again, too, you put yourself open to if a yellow comes out where you're at the mercy of hoping it cycles through. We saw that last night in the Cup Series race.
Well, Zachary Thornton, and I can't believe I'm saying this. The next car in front of him is the leader. He will unlap himself the hard way. And just think about all these drivers that stayed out. They are now going to go about 2 laps down, or at least 1 lap down.
Yeah, I mean, you figure as they got to make their way to pit road.
There it goes. That 35 is now on the lead lap.
So whatever he lost as the leader with that lead that he had, imagine these guys are going to lose that and then some.
Like, I'm pretty sure staying out is good short term, just in case a caution comes out. But
Exactly.
if it stays green, you are Alan Warnicki hitting pit road. You are, in other words, SOL. And I will not be telling you what that stands for. But when you get older, if you are somebody who does not know swearing, you will learn it very well. Because the government will usually SOL.
What do you mean, AJ? It's not short on luck?
Michael Steele having an issue. Looks like we're still going to stay green, but we're going to drop it back to that number 5, entering turn number 3. Oh, the 16 in front of him looks like he gets really loose. And then coming out of turn 4, Michael Steele spins it to the apron, but we stay green. We're actually going to go take a look at that 16 machine as he got it back together, kisses the wall like Ryan Blaney last night coming out of turn 4 at Nashville. But here it is. Here's Travis Lapenas in 3 and 4. Wicked moment. Taps the wall with the right rear and just keeps her going. I will say that Nashville race was actually very entertaining as we got more pit stops. Josh Fox, your leader, he hasn't seen the front of the field since lap 1, since we went green. But for everybody watching, thank you for tuning in to All-Star 15 TV. Hit that like button, please. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. We still have more than half the season to go. Here comes Josh Fox to pit road. And Zachary Thornton is going to assume the lead in just about 6 seconds. And there it is. New leader, 35, but look who he has right behind him, Jake Ellingson, on slightly fresher tires. Now the roles are slightly reversed, TJ.
Slow car in front of them. It looks like they get by it, no problem.
Yeah, that looked to be Tony Richardson in the Rowdy car.
We knew he had an earlier problem. Unfortunately, 26 laps down currently.
So on your screen right now, it's your stint lengths. So Zachary Thornton, Will Cloud, and Brady Floyd kind of all around the same pit strategy. Warnicki has only been out for about 2 to 3 laps. But now let's see if we could jump back to Jake Ellingson. It does not bring us back there. Cool. Cool. Wanted to see what he was on. Like how old of tires. Actually, here we go. He last pit on 60, while Thornton was
4 laps ago.
No, 47. Thornton pit on 47. Ellingson pitted on 60.
Right, which was 4 laps ago.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Thornton was. I was going to
No,
say.
no.
So you messing with me?
No.
But he gets by that 35, and now look for the speed out of that number 27 Clementine machine to really start putting down some hot laps.
Now, I just trying to think here. 140 laps. These guys went about
50 to
Well, the first
50
group
to
went
60.
about 50. I'd imagine they're going to pit one more time tonight.
I would assume so. Devin Smith unlaps himself.
I mean, maybe you can go that distance without it, and maybe that's why some of these guys pitted later.
It's a very...
I mean, my strategy to stretch it would have been go 70 and 70. Now, whether the tires would have done that or the fuel would have done that is another question.
Yeah, but you're the king of saving fuel when it's not iRacing, so...
I mean, give me time. I haven't had a race yet where I've needed to save fuel. But I've got a clutch again, which we lost in the console games, and that changes a lot of things.
Yes, it does. Till you mess up the car. You stall out the car. Which I'm not saying I've done, but
It can happen.
it has happened many times. So, we are actually going to run through the field, TJ. This is going to be fun. We're going to do your top... Let's do top 20. Why not? Zachary Thornton up front, your race leader with almost a 7.5 second gap to Will Cloud. Third is Brady Floyd. Fourth, Alan Warnicki. Fifth place is Dylan Dunford. Sixth is Farron Elam. Seventh is Tyler Aspinall. Eighth, William George. Ninth, Lee Kraus. And 10th, Kyle Lingerfeld. TJ, out of our top 10, who has caught your eye?
I mean, Tyler Aspinall's gained quite a bit of spots, up from 18th start, now 7th. Dylan Dunford also from 15th to 5th. Guys just coming from deep in the field towards the front now.
Yeah, it's
even
really
Brandon Richardson, 23rd there, where he didn't have the qualifying lap, now 11th.
I want to... Ooh, wow, Dylan Dunford really sawing on that wheel coming out of turn 2. Ooh, yellow flag out. Brady Floyd with an issue. First caution of the day comes just past halfway. Kind of saw this in New Hampshire a couple weeks ago, but let's see.
Hold the brake.
Watching that 20 car enter turn number 3. He's going to get clobbered by the 31 David Sandfield.
I tell you what, though, he just did a heck of a job staying on the lead lap there.
Oh, Mama Ellingson, I'm very sad to hear that she can't connect. That stinks. But
now some of the front guys, AJ, they've been out there.
Well, let's see.
20 so laps. I think you said Zach Thornton was what, 47? Here we are, 74.
Will Cloud, 48. These are when they last pit, what lap they last pit on.
You think they come get tires here?
That's a very good possibility. Warnicki is coming in. Oh, no, maybe not. Warnicki stayed out. Oh, boy.
Thornton did come in. Will Cloud came in.
This is going to be interesting. So it looks like the only two so far that have stayed out is Alan Warnicki and Devin Smith. Matthew Setzer and Josh Fox also stay out. Oh, shoot.
I think Setzer might not be staying out. I think he was the lucky dog, so he might not have got a chance to pit there.
We shall see. But that's unfortunate. How fast can you guys get that fixed? Talking to Mama Ellingson about Pagan's little racing career. She blew her motor last night in practice.
Oh, that's no bueno.
Well, at least she didn't, get hit head on.
Poor Dave.
Poor Dave. Spins out into the wall. Literally can wave at everybody, watching a car scoop by him on the outside, and then a car end up in his lap.
Yeah, a good buddy of ours. His racing season took a big hit.
Well, he took a big hit, and then the racing season took a big hit.
I think they kind of went hand in hand.
Well, good news is Dave is all right. I think it was at Utica Rome Raceway.
Yes, it was.
And
Speedway, something like Utica Rome, though, definitely for sure.
What does he do? Which kind of vehicle? Because you can watch it on the interwebs.
Slow racing, yeah. I'm trying to think what his actual class. I know it's like a
big block.
I don't think maybe something like that. You know, them open wheel front end. I don't think they're not modifieds, are they?
No, I don't think so. But a little update.
Wait, they're on iRacing. You can race them on the service.
They dropped in a new one. She started at the back of the heat and finished 4th and 6th in the feature. I wish I had that kind of talent. The only way I end up in the top 5 is if the rest of the field wrecks out.
Well, I guess that might depend on what you're racing, because I do remember you and I having some pretty good battles for wins.
Well, I mean, I was talking about iRacing.
Well, yeah.
Big difference there, pal. Big difference,
I don't find
Kimosabi.
top 5s yet on the service. I'm working on it.
Well, we are gritting up here, TJ. We are past halfway. Holy cow, we could be done in less than an hour if we keep going green.
Unless we're on plate races, then I know how to find the front. These guys all know. A bunch of them were there. I led for 4 laps Thursday night.
Yeah, before, all heck broke loose.
I mean, it was fun, but it was crazy.
Oh, here we go. Green flag up in the air. Hell of a launch by that 72 of Alan Warnicki.
He's going to need it staying out. Devin Smith also staying out. I hope he's probably going to try to get right down here into that gap. Don't let them guys behind him catch up. They're kind of 2 separate battles going on. But
what do you think this is going to do to the point standing that with that 10-point lead that Josh Fox has?
I mean, I haven't been here long enough really to figure out their point standings, but if it's a basic normal point standing, it's going to take a hit.
Side by side for the lead, Warnicki, Thornton. Surprised he's been able to last that long out front.
I'm surprised too, because I think he stayed out long compared to everybody else.
Well, here he goes.
I remember it. He was one of the last guys to pit.
Well, but I also want to throw this out there. They only get 3 sets of tires, so the ones you start on, and then 2 in the pit. That means
so Thornton's taken.
That means everybody is pretty much done, except Alan Warnicki, if there's a late race caution.
And the 95.
Yes.
Can you check? When did Warnicki last pit? I know he was one of the last ones. I remember seeing him.
Warnicki pit on 57, and Devin Smith 60. Matthew Setzer is 59, 61 for Josh Fox, 55 for Travis Lapenas.
The only thing here with them is, sure, the track position's great now, but if they got to make a green flag stop, whereas everybody else is going the distance, it's going to be killer.
I was more of thinking if there's a caution with 15 to 20 to go.
But at the same time, everybody else not having a set, they're not going to come in, so you're going to be having to drive through the pack.
Yeah, but we're also looking at 55 from 50 to about 60 laps to go on fuel, and we're just under 60 to go.
They might have to come get fuel.
Just saying, there's a lot of strategy being involved, TJ, and I don't have a Larry Mack here for, well...
Yes, you do. I'm right here.
I was waiting for you to be like, well, on our short tracks, usually we see a...
Warnicki! I don't know. I'm trying to click back.
Yellow flag.
The yellow flag does not tell me it ended well. Oh, no, it don't. It didn't.
Ooh, does he get clipped by Dylan Dunford? Oh, yes, he does. Dylan Dunford gonna shoot to the inside and clip the 72.
Oh, it was on the blimp cam, and I caught it at the corner of the eye following
Oh
Thornton.
man, he got beat up by a couple of drivers. Doesn't look like a whole lot of damage on that 72, but there also looks to be a lot of wrecks that happened at the exact same time. So we're gonna jump on Dylan Dunford.
You know, and I think Warnicky had it saved.
Tyler
He just got tagged
Aspinall,
again.
also Will George.
That'll
Ouch.
re-rack the field.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You figure that was third on back there.
So, TJ, since we're under caution, why don't you... You've been here for almost a month now, if not just about a month. Let everybody know, how's your racing career going on iRacing? You're relatively new, just like myself. Don't mind the 7-year account thing. I tried it for 2 weeks
Yeah,
back
I did
then.
too. I got the same thing.
But, what's your iRacing career doing so far? I hear you're running a lot of super speedway stuff. Yeah, go for it.
Well, I'm running with these guys on Thursday nights. They got a super speedway series. That took off last week, and I don't know if you'd call it a thriller, but the old joke about pacing definitely came in. We I think spent half the race under yellow, but we were at Old Daytona, and it was, as you can imagine, crazy. But I had fun. Otherwise, I've just kind of hosted races. I got up to an A license at ovals, and just kind of working, trying to find my foothold. I'm running another league on Sunday nights that you are part-time in now.
I've always been part-time.
Right. So, I mean, that one's been learning a lot. Let's say that.
Which is good. As one of our regular friends, our mutual friends, Ryan, who was in the chat, always, and I mean always, biggest wrestling fan I've ever met, ever known. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And these guys, as crazy as they are, and how good they are, you will get better running with them. And I think you will get better running that Super Speedway series because you're already a good plate driver.
Oh, I had a blast there Thursday.
Only going to get better.
Even though we couldn't manage to stay green for long periods of time, it was still a blast. And like I said, I found the front for 4 laps. And I can't wait for this week.
Oh, look, no cars in front of me. Oh, well, spin into the apron. But, hey! Hey, Pagan! What's up?
It's back!
Way to steal your father's phone. That's literally something I would do, but I don't have kids.
You don't need it.
You don't need it. Keep you happy.
Oh, you don't? He's racing. What's he need it for?
That's his niece.
Oh, well, you don't need it either then.
Ryan Fry in the chat. TJ's favorite plate is his dinner plate.
Only if it's clear, pal. Well, maybe not if it's clear. Maybe if it's full. I don't know.
Well, pace car's about to hit that pit road. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here tonight. We're having a grand old fun time, like always.
Pace car driver headed for ice cream.
Ooh, ice cream. TJ Barnier, AJ Capola in the broadcast booth. And we are green once again. Zachary Thornton hits the loud pedal.
Some new players here in our top 5 as, well, the rest of them wrecked.
Farron Elam, Brandon Richardson, and Lee Krause. Look at Brandon Richardson in that 29, in that voodoo car. Why does that make me think of a song?
There is a song. The meaning behind the song is probably not appropriate for airwaves, but it's a good song regardless.
It's his graffiti and design. But he's up 19 positions, TJ. It being a short track, it is very difficult to make passes in general, and to be up 19 positions, that's gotta be one half talent, one half luck, and one half strategy. I know that makes no sense, but yes.
I'll buy it. Man didn't qualify and he's running 4th. He's got to know something we don't.
How to turn left and be good at it?
And not turn too left. Did Alan Warnicky pit there that last stop? I assume he did. With all the spinning and
Yes, he did.
he's running 6, so
he's
couldn't
on
hurt him
8
too
lap
bad.
fresher tires.
Might have played right into his hand inadvertently.
Might have. But, he still has Lee Krause and Matthew Setzer right behind him.
I was kind of following along here with Jackson Qualley. Super impressed when I got a little more information about him, age-wise, what he's doing.
That he's 12? Yeah.
Yeah. I talked with Dean there for a minute just before last week's Super Speedway show, and it was kind of interesting. I mean, kid runs good. I've seen him on the board. I just, I got to know about him a little more, and it's super impressive.
Yeah, you see him in that number 1 Monster Energy car. He's only going to get better.
I laugh because I threw my kids. I got a 10-year-old daughter, 8-year-old son, 6-year-old daughter. I let them all try a test session one day. And that was quite entertaining to watch. So I couldn't imagine at 12 actually doing it and being somewhat competitive. I mean, he's running with these guys and he ain't blowing his doors off, so he's doing something pretty damn good.
He's currently in that 14th position, up 7 positions from the start of this race. And let me just throw this out there. He's 12. He's running around people that are easily double and sometimes triple his age.
I mean, he's 20 years younger than me, and he'd probably whoop my behind.
Like
I could have said Aspinall there, but I bit my tongue.
Pretty sure he's probably heard it enough.
Oh, I'm sure. Poor guy. He's been probably a butt of one or too many jokes.
Well, looking back up towards the front, it seems like Will Cloud, with maybe the help of Farron Elam, are closing in a little bit to Zachary Thornton, then losing a little bit. It's literally cat and mouse up front here.
I gotta imagine if they're out of tires, they can't push too hard here.
Well, Alan Warnicky just made another pass. That for 4th place.
I mean,
Holy cow, we have 20 people watching right now, TJ. Remember, everybody, hit that like button and subscribe. Continue.
Yes, always do that. That's good. Like and subscribe. I like those words. You should put that somewhere. I don't know. You probably do. You should. You should put it like right under in small print under the
I'm
All-Star.
getting a graphic made, so all I have to do is click it. It'll phase in and then phase out.
You should get one that faces right underneath the All-Star 15 TV. Like and subscribe like every 10 minutes.
I don't know if you could put it on a timer like that, but up front, watching that 72 really start closing in on 3rd, 2nd, and 1st.
I gotta think by the end of the run they'll be equalized, but until then he might be able to run. I mean, he's ran these two down. If he can get by them, run the leader down and maybe spoil his day again.
Yeah, I hope not, because I might have to take my headphones off for that one. But
that would be tough.
We are about to see a battle for 2nd place between 3 drivers.
Yeah, and I mean, these guys all got something on the line here. It's all, front-running guys all evening, really. I mean, look where they qualified and look where they're running.
Looking at the blimp cam right now, Tyler Aspinall leaving pit road after being on there for 8.5 minutes.
He really got into the back of, I'm trying to remember who it was in the crash. Not Warnicky, but I think who turned Warnicky? The 94, Dunford?
Yes.
I think he kind of nailed him pretty hard in the rear end in the crash, so I'm not surprised.
Here's Warnicky to the outside of the 24. You're watching it on blimp cam. Gives you a heck of a bird's eye view of this 3-car battle for 2nd place. But as they're doing this, Zachary Thornton kind of pulling away.
I mean, I think that's what you kind of got to do. You don't want to just go and pull away, because then at the end of the run, you're out of tire and you give it all back. So, I mean, just kind of skirt away, protect the tires, don't burn them up.
All right, TJ. Well, we haven't done it yet. Why don't we go take care of a little bit of Crank It Up?
Get loud.
And we are back. Thank you for sticking with us through that Crank It Up. Ugh. So, TJ, we have 25 laps to go. You and I were just talking under that Crank It Up. There are a lot of implications of where people are currently running. Why don't you run that down real fast?
Yeah, the point battle here is going to get super tight after this week. With the way they're running, I just flipped over to the points just to double check it. Josh Fox right now is in 12th with Farron Elam in 4th, so he's got 8 spots on him. Zach Thornton there, who's not far behind him either in the points, is obviously leading. He's got spots on him. Brendan Richardson just kind of dropped a couple, but he was a few more ahead of him than he was. It's just, I mean, the front guys are all going to get tighter than they already were.
Yeah,
Devin Smith also ahead of Josh Fox.
Josh Fox is currently in 12th right now. He is bouncing back after starting second in the evening tonight, but dropping all the way back to around 19th. But
I mean, you figure Brandon Richardson, who was 5th in the points, was only 30 back. And like I said, and everybody was even closer as they got, fourth, third, and second. So it's just going to get super tight. I don't know if we'll see a points leader change after the race, but it's going to be minuscule if it doesn't.
It's getting very much a lot more tighter. We're currently watching the battle for third, Will Cloud and Farron Elam. Now, I got to give it to Farron Elam there. That number 24, being a huge Batman fan. Nice.
You being the Batman fan you are, and me being the fan of the guy on the car more than the bat, I like it.
Good point, good point. Now, TJ, you brought up about 20 laps ago how the tires were going to even out, and I think that's exactly what we've seen. Zachary Thornton pulling away from Alan Warnicki now, even though Warnicki has 8-lap-old fresher tires.
I really think now the only thing that could really play a major factor would be a caution, right? I mean,
I don't just to bring them closer together, but I think everybody is out of tires.
So, I mean, without getting rough, this might be the shakedown for the rest of the race. But we've seen on restarts the importance of getting a good start to it and vice versa. So if it stays green with the lead he's got, I can't imagine it's going to change much here in 20 laps or less than now. But you never know. Never know. I've certainly lost races thinking I had them won in the final 20 laps, so I'm not going to say it's a done deal.
This is true. You've also lost races due to controllers dying, but,
In the final 20 laps, too. That's the worst part.
Still watching this battle for third place. Now that Matthew Setzer has joined the party, or as Bruce Willis once said, welcome to the party, pal. Huh?
Yeah, he's up in that top 5. Good run here. Up from 14th.
Very good run.
I'm still trying to find...
Who art thou looking at for?
It's their biggest mover. I think it's Ellingson, Jacob Ellingson.
Yes, it is.
Up 12?
Jacob Ellingson up 12 positions, sitting in that 8th spot.
And to think, not a whole lot of laps ago, but a wreck and a whole lot of laps ago, he was just barely getting a lap back the hard way.
Dude, he was flying.
So we know he had a car. Certainly got the run going for it right now.
Man, I'm currently sitting on Chase Cam, and all I picture is like NASCAR inside line, running it like that.
Yeah. I tell you, I'd love a mode where we were outside the car. I'm not the biggest fan of the cockpit view. I like to see more things around me, but I get the whole sim thing, and there is a big enough crowd for it. Oh, the leader just tagged the wall a little bit.
Oh dear.
Not bad. It was on entry, not exit, so it wasn't too painful.
Still watching Ellingson. He's taking another spot to go up to 7th.
But I know I'd like to see a Mode I racing when we weren't in the car.
So
it might be an unpopular opinion.
With just 12 laps remaining, coming to 11, do you think we're finally going to talk to race winner Zachary Thornton?
I don't want to jinx it. But, I mean, it's possible.
It's okay. I'll still let you interview him.
It's probable. I'm just not going to say it's definite.
What is this, All-Star 15 Busters?
Yeah, I don't know. Where's Larry Mack? Where's our race trends? Larry Mack, how many yellows do we get at the end of these things?
Well, in the last 5 races.
Oh boy.
We have way too much fun up this. It's always a lot of fun having you up here, TJ. You and I have a very good back and forth, and it just makes for a better show when we're talking about things we enjoy talking about, which racing.
Racing, yeah. I mean, I love it.
We have a lot of history when it comes to being on the track together. Like, Some of the biggest rivalries I've ever seen in video games.
Oh, we've tangled.
Usually I'm on the back end of that, unfortunately.
Not always. I can remember a Homestead race. I was not happy with you.
But on my screen,
Yeah. Could you imagine if we had to deal with that with iRacing? Well, on my screens. Thank God.
we're
That's one
under
thing I gotta
10
give
laps to
iRacing.
go, and Alan Warnicki is still losing ground to Zachary Thornton. But we're dropping back to that third spot as you have Farron Elam underneath that 48 of Will Cloud.
A bunch of guys right together. Like 4 of them, right there, wanting to pounce.
And with nowhere to go, world's fastest traffic jam.
Who's gonna make the podium?
Elam backs up just a little bit to try to get a better run going down the front stretch,
He's
getting
looking for the
really
top.
loose.
3 on the top for 4th. This is the best battle we can give you right now, which I do believe Zach Thornton's happy with.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you be?
There goes the 3. He's going to maybe now try to take a run at the 48. The 48 has locked down wherever he is tonight. He has locked it down. Ain't let nobody by, except maybe Warnicki.
He will build a wall.
Make Extreme Forces Racing League great again.
That's not where I was going with that.
You went there now.
They're side by side coming out of turn 4. Holy cow, looks like Setzer might have the position going into turn number 1 here.
This should be a good battle here on these closing laps. Just something I like to see.
Cloud drives it in deep, gonna have the run coming out of... Ooh!
Oh, he got loose. Setzer got loose. I told you that 48's tough. He ain't gave it up all night. He ain't gonna now.
It happened to Elam. It's happening to Setzer. Is it gonna take a bumper? I know, TJ, you would wreck your mother for a win.
For a win, but not for 3rd.
Yeah, then you'd have to go home with her, but true that.
I guess that depends on how hard you wreck her.
You're gonna pay for that. Probably.
I'm gonna pay for it either way, and never gonna let me down if you'll beat me.
Going into turn number 3 and 4. Getting the 2 to go. Oh, this is the white flag. I lied.
Oh, we're going white flag here, baby. Final time. I do believe Mr. Thornton's got his win. I just want to see how this battle for 3rd plays out. Somebody here could end up in the booth. I don't think we got 3rd last week. Maybe we will this week.
No, they're going to have one more shot at it as Zachary Thornton's coming out of turn number 4. The winner here at Richmond.
I think Will Cloud got 3rd. Oh, as the 3 gets very loose, spins across in 4th. That was dramatic.
Well, that was entertaining.
Are you not entertained? I know I have been.
What a finish, TJ. We literally hit that checkered flag at a 1 hour race time.
That was what?
140
an
laps.
hour?
Yes.
Sheesh.
What do we have? 2 cautions? 1 caution? 2 cautions.
2 I can think of. A small deal and a big deal. We had a big one.
So, TJ, I know you've been dying to do this. I think you know where I'm going with this. Talk to race winner, Zachary Thornton.
Man, I wish I had a pint of ice cream right now so I could eat some Ben & Jerry's with our winner here. How's it feel to get that monkey off your back?
Finally. I knew I'm always good at Richmond, and then that qualifying lap was really, that came out of nowhere, and that was a really good confidence booster. I could tell you that.
Man, you ran a super clean race. You just put it on him tonight. I mean, you pit a little early there and had to deal with some mid-pack traffic, but fought through it, and you got it done, man. How's it feel?
Yeah, I would pit it at thirds. I was splitting up the race into thirds, so I figured people would also pit at the same time, but apparently they ran long, so then I was pretty sketchy dealing with the traffic, but I made it through all right, so that's good. I mean, it goes to show when luck finally goes my way, I can run a really nice race. Really good to finish it off for once.
I'll be interested to see how much that points battle tightens up. I think you're gonna pick up some very important points tonight, and could go a long way towards the end of the year. But you've just been showing up every week. You finally got it done. Glad to see it.
Yeah, I feels good to finally do well and get the win. I've been waiting for this win for a while, so it's really good to finally get it, and especially in this race where I pretty much dominated the whole thing.
You were the car to beat, and you couldn't be beat. So I'm glad to be able to say that this week. Good job, man.
Thank you. And thank you to Will as well for he was battling Alan in that final stretch, and that really helped kill Alan's tires, which I told him to battle him, which it worked
We
out.
were wondering about that. With you guys were going to even out on tires, and it looked like you finally did.
Yeah, I told Will to definitely not let Alan by and give a good battle so tires would be even, so then Alan wouldn't be able to catch me.
If you got anybody you want to plug, I think now's that time, pal. Do it.
Well, I'd like to thank my team, Hydro Esports, and then Will and Brady, of course, my teammates, doing a great job. Brady, unfortunately, he just got wrecked by a lap car, unfortunately, so it's a little stupid, but he ran a great race, too.
Well, I hope you had fun tonight. I had fun watching, and I get to race you on Thursday again, so I'm looking forward to that, pal. Good run tonight, and can't wait to see you next week.
Yeah, I'm excited to race next week. Well, I think next week's an off week, but
It is.
Well, you know what I mean. Next race week, man.
but it's at Texas, so maybe I'm not excited for it because Texas is kind of a crappy
That
track.
place is tricky. We'll see if you get it done.
All right, see you
Thank
later,
you guys
Zach.
for broadcasting.
Oh, absolutely. It's always fun.
Thank you,
keep
man.
burning it down.
Yep, glad to put on a good show.
All right, as I almost moved TJ out of the broadcast booth,
No, don't do that.
let's talk to our third place finisher, Will Cloud. Will, it's J&J Security in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy, pal?
Yes, I do.
Dude, what a fantastic coming to the finish. It looked like you guys just wanted to put on a show those last, 30, 40 laps all under a blanket and everything. How'd your race go? How'd the track feel tonight?
I mean, I'm usually a hater of this track. I'm usually not good here, so I was honestly glad I had pace, but I just killed my tires a lot more than those guys, and I was just running extremely defensively. Like, I was surprised that only Alan got by me, to be honest. I was really giving him a hard battle. I'm glad they raced me back clean, though, because there were a few times where I probably pinched a little too much. So overall, though, happy with the race.
Yeah, did you feel how slick the race car was? Or the racetrack was, with it being over 110 degrees? Was it just killing that right front tire, and were you really able to feel it through those long runs?
Yeah, towards the end of the runs, like maybe like 30 laps in ish, you could definitely start feeling the right front wear away. If you did not take like really good care, which I did not do, you would definitely be feeling it. I know there was probably a few guys out there that were able to save their tires, but I don't know how they did it. It was really hard to do so.
Well, next week we are off, but I think we actually end up going to Texas on July 11th. Now, how do you think you're going to fare over down in the Lone Star State?
Well, if I'm being honest, I don't have any memories of running Texas in the ARCA car. So, I'll get some practice in and well, I'll go from there.
All right, brother. Well, once again, congratulations on your third place finish. Hopefully we get to see you soon.
Thank you. You as well.
All right, TJ. Final thoughts on the race? Go for it.
I mean, what more can you ask for from a Richmond race that lasts an hour with 140 laps, and you get a big one in the middle for all those people that like the crashes? I think that was a heck of a show tonight. I mean, these guys just. I was worried we were going to end up with New Hampshire, but I'm glad that we ended up with something way better.
Oh, this was absolutely fantastic. And I mean absolutely fantastic. One quick update. Mama Ellingson in the chat goes, the last 2 Sundays, Pagan came in 6th, and now Uncle Jake comes home 6th as well. So at least they're keeping consistency in the vehicles within that stable. But
14 spots, too. It's a heck of a night there.
it is one heck of a night. Josh Fox actually pulling back to an 8th place finish. That's going to help out his deficit that he was creating at the beginning of this race.
Fair and Elam shouldn't gain as much, though. I think the big gainer will be Thornton. Be real curious to see how tight it gets.
Well, we're off for Independence Day next Monday. Everybody stay safe. Don't turn into a JPP.
Jesus.
Mr. Giants fan up in the booth with me tonight knew that was going to have a chuckle to it. But everybody stay safe, stay cool. Remember, do not drink and drive as much as you might want to get home. Take an extra hour to chill out. So with that being said, TJ, thanks for being up here. See you next week, pal.
Not a problem. I can't wait.
Bye, everybody.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.